There is a podcast about an island in the North Atlantic where people have been looking for an incredible treasure for more than 200 years.
Hello and welcome back to Could It Be, an Oak Island podcast. We are your hosts, Deidre and Dustin White.
Tiki Tiki Tembo, No Sir Rembo, Cherry Berry Rucci, Pip Perry Pembo.
I wondered what you were up to over there.
That's the correct thing I was trying to say last week.
That you didn't say right?
Yep, and I think I may have just messed this up a little bit, but it's close enough.
We're closer than just Ricky Ticky, Schmicky, Wiki.
Yeah, apparently it's not even Ricky Ticky like I thought. It's Tiki Tiki.
Oh, it's Tiki Tiki.
Yeah.
I think Timmy's at the bottom of the well.
Yeah.
Or Gary.
Gary's definitely at the bottom of the well this episode.
Yeah, he was cold.
Yeah, and really wet.
Poor guy.
And excited for nothing.
Hey, he had gold.
In his mind.
And in his hand.
Okay, we're talking about two different things. He didn't find gold in the well.
He did find gold in the well.
That dollar piece is a gold piece?
I'm 99% sure that is what he said.
We need to go back and check the tape. I don't think so.
Let's go check the tape.
Yeah, I think you're wrong.
I want an instant replay on that one. If anything, at least he had gold on his handy-dandy hard helmet.
Sure. He definitely had gold out on the beach with Jack.
Well, something gold-plated.
No, gilded.
Oh, sorry. Gilded, as in gold.
Yes.
Oh, good
possibly,
stuff. But
we'll get there. How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been busy. It's been a good week, but it's definitely been busy. How about you?
I've had some good highs and good lows, or bad lows.
I was going to say, I didn't know lows could be good, but I guess.
No, that was a slip. Oops. But no, I've had good stuff and bad stuff. Bad stuff is so I had an ear infection last week that I've been trying to take care of, and now I have ear infections in both ears.
Well, you tried to take care of it. We sent you to the doctors.
Yeah, I got some antibiotics, but they just weren't good enough.
Not strong enough.
They did not do what I needed them to do, but it's all good. I will go to the doctor again on Monday, and we'll get it started again.
We can send you tomorrow. We'll get you feeling better.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Well, then bear with us, guys, if this one ends up being just a bit shorter, since Dustin, headphones, ear infection, probably not. Double ear infection, probably not great.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll power through as much as I can. Maybe you could finish a show on your own.
oh, great, because that's what they really want. I don't know. I heard I was a little bossy last week.
Yeah, you're good.
Maybe I could just boss myself around.
Nah, it's all right. You're fine. You do a good job.
I don't know.
Everybody likes you.
Well, see, that's not true.
Everybody likes you.
No. But you know what is fun?
What?
GIF wars.
Oh, yeah. You had a massive GIF battle on Twitter, didn't you?
Oh, that was fun.
Against the curse of the tweet.
Yes, he really stepped up to the plate there.
Well, at the beginning, I was watching it unfold, and I thought he was kind of weak at the beginning.
I thought I put on a good game face.
Yeah. He's like, this isn't my first GIF war. It's not my first rodeo. And then he put up a GIF, and you put up the best counter GIF that you can do to it.
That felt good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. I thought I was holding my own really well for quite some time.
Yep. And then you waved the white flag, probably a little prematurely, but that's okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to put Billy's face on a GIF. I need to learn because...
That did stomp you, didn't it?
It didn't just stomp me.
Billy's the winner.
It made me proud.
Yeah.
I felt like, wow, that person enjoys our podcast. I shall bow.
Who? The curse of the tweet?
I assume they like our podcast, or else he's just, wasting his time.
I'm pretty sure he likes the podcast. Anyway, if you're looking for Curse of the Tweet on Twitter,
it's a good place for Curse of the Tweet.
Yeah, he can be contacted or tweeted at, or however you say it, at IH_Mark66. So thanks, Curse of the Tweet. That was a fun time this week watching that kind of unfold and break down, and it was pretty epic.
That doesn't even have to do with treasure hunting news. I mean, we've been avidly working on, just started dipping our toes into a little bit of forest fen, which we talked about last week.
Yeah, and you got some good ideas. So I'm excited to see what we come up with and where those ideas lead us.
Well, we'll see. The journey's just begun.
Yeah. Yep. And kind of just bypassed my good news because I only talked about my bad news.
Sorry. I didn't mean to only highlight your bad news.
Yeah.
What's your good news?
My good news is I've been trying to lose weight since kind of February.
Not just trying.
I've been kind of killing it.
Killing it.
I'm down like 50 pounds since
I know.
February.
I'm proud of you.
Boom.
Kicking butt, taking names.
Yeah, so
Nicely
thanks for
done.
your support.
Yeah, I'm happy to cheer you on.
Yeah, thanks, babe.
Go, Dustin. Go, Dustin. It's your birthday.
Yeah,
Not
it's funny.
really. That's okay.
I just looked down at my phone because...
Because you weren't listening to me?
No, I was. But because I had just pulled up the Curse of the Tweets handle on Twitter, and I'm just looking at a GIF here from that battle of Barney the dinosaur beating up T-Rex on the streets of New York, and it has like the word "me" on Barney, and that was one that you had put up there, so that's pretty funny.
But now anytime you say me, I think of memes and memes.
Oh, yeah, well, haha.
Ha.
So anyway, I don't really have much treasure hunting stuff to really talk about beyond the, what you had looked into with Forrest Fenn. I did my own normal research and hours of poring over The Secret like usual, but nothing really new to report.
But you know what is interesting in the world of treasure hunting?
What's that?
I've seen a lot of people, a handful of people that had their Curse of Oak Island books on back order are starting to get them in the mail from Amazon.
They are, yeah. I saw a lot of that popping up on Facebook too. That was really cool. I'm happy.
I know there's a lot of people who still haven't been able to get them though, or they've been getting on to our Audible subscription to get it for free and listening to it, which I've started to do, which is exciting. If you still want to get the book for free, what's our link for them?
You just go to audibletrial.com/Oak Island Podcast, sign up for the first, you get a 30-day trial, sign up, cancel anytime. You can basically, if you wanted to, you could sign up for a day, download the book, cancel your membership, and then you get the book for free forever. But if you don't want to do that, like Deidre said, the book is showing up in stores and showing up in people's mailboxes. So
it's showing up in stores, but I know it's flying off the shelf, and some people are having a hard time getting it. Well,
you found one, didn't you?
Haha, guess what we got this week? We decided to get 2 books. I thought maybe each of us might want to read it. But then we got to talking and we're like, we could share a book.
Oh, we also do have our own, like you just said, our own Audible. So we have the book. We'll have one book for us and one book on Audible that we can, listen to and have. So what are we going to do with the other book?
I think maybe we should do another giveaway.
Giveaway!
Win, winner.
Well, someone will be a winner just like Joan Fox.
That's right. So I'm not sure how we're going to do it this time. We're still kind of working out those details, but we just wanted to put that out there for you guys.
Totally.
That we're going to do something else this time and give away another book since we happen to have 2. I think, why not?
Yeah, we haven't really talked about it and how we're going to do it yet. Do you want to do kind of the same thing we did last time where you have to like and share our Facebook page, or do you want to try something else?
I kind of feel like I want to do that again, but I kind of feel like those who had entered before, they've already done that. Maybe we want it to be a little bit different.
I don't know. We'll have to brainstorm. Watch for something to pop up on probably Facebook and Twitter next week.
Maybe even on the gram. Ooh, maybe we'll go across all the platforms. Dun, dun, dun.
YouTube?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll at least announce it that way. We'll go live and let everybody know what they need to do.
Sure. Sounds great.
So,
we
guys,
can do that.
Listen out. Keep an eye out. All the things. Because maybe you will get to win the book.
Maybe. That'd be killer. Someone will.
Someone will.
Might as well be you.
Everybody loves to be a winner. We've kind of hopped all over the place. We started talking about Oak Island a little bit. Came back, recapped about our week, our life.
Yeah, well, we just...
The book.
Well, we had a couple things we had to just get off our chest before we dive straight into Oak Island, but we should probably do that now.
Yes. So it was an interesting week.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of a crazy episode. You know, they're on strike, so there's no real digging in the money pit, but there's other stuff going on.
Let's get right into what we debated about last week. How you thought Gary was going into a well in New Ross over at said Templar Castle. I'm like, are you crazy? No, they're definitely on Oak Island. And guess what? They're on Oak Island.
Okay. But then they flashed back to the other well, didn't they?
They did flash back to the other well.
That's what I was thinking about, silly.
So why... Yeah, but that's not what you said. What you said is you think Gary went to a well on a different island, Templar Castle.
It was close enough.
How is it close
enough?
enough?
I mean, it was like in the ballpark. It could have in my mind it could have been the
In your mind?
Yeah, I mean, what they showed last week was close enough to what they had done on New Ross back in the a couple years ago. That's what rang a bell with me.
So they said, let's just, oh, well. See, good old puns. You're so deep into the puns, you didn't even know it.
Oh, well.
Or, as Marty would say, a job well done. Okay, so they pump. Oh, let me back up here. Last week, I had said, I bet you Gary and Marty were sitting around. They're thinking, nobody's here. Let's just go explore something. Let's go a little off the rails. I definitely think that's what happened. And you see Marty come over with the excavator.
Mm-hmm.
My first thought is, ooh, Billy would be highly disappointed because Gary had to kind of direct him how to pull the cap off.
Well, before they even pulled the cap off, he was like, oh, I better call Laird.
Gary's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gary was like, really?
Do we have to call Dad and ask? Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, not when it comes to that kind of stuff.
No, it is interesting how modern the top of that well looks compared to what below. So who potentially made said cap?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Could have been. I mean, did it really look that new?
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been like rest stalls.
I guess, but I guess I'm taking into consideration that it's not like there's wonderful records.
Well, who else would have done it? Dan Blankenship?
I don't know. That's the problem. Nobody seems to know. So why not just take the cap off? And it's not a dry well. It's still definitely being fed by the spring because Gary is soaked.
Yeah, he sure was.
They drain it for 24 hours.
And he jumps in and right before they drained it, Gary was going over it with the metal detector.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm not getting any hits except for when I put it in the water.
Mm-hmm.
He literally put it a couple inches underneath the top of the surface of the water.
Correct.
But when he got into the well, he had to go many feet under the water or where the water was to find anything. So what did he find? What did he miss that was at the top?
Well, when you drain it, the water level's gonna go down, and it's likely that it wouldn't be still held in that crevice and could have fallen into the bottom of the well. Things are gonna go to the bottom when you don't have something being holding it up.
Metal is not gonna float. So.
No, but if it's sitting on a ledge or something, and then
I guess
it's getting pulled. But yes, obviously they could have just something stuck around the top. And you know what my thought was as Gary's in there and he's like, I can't work anymore. It's cold and I'm getting soaked. They should have listened to one of our first episodes about magnet fishing.
All right, there you go. Just chuck in a magnet, pull out whatever it is.
This would have been the perfect opportunity to get one of the, rare metal magnets out and get one of the regular magnets out. They wouldn't have even had to get wet. They could have sat around in their camping chairs and gone magnet fishing. It would have been perfect. People go magnet fishing in old wells all the time.
But lead isn't magnetic. They wouldn't have found that piece of possibly decorated lead, right?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Because isn't there... Well, what I was just saying about the other type of magnet that you can get gold and precious metals with, the rare earth metals, I wonder if that works with lead.
I don't know.
I guess we should look into that.
I guess so.
Because...
I don't think so, though.
You never know.
You never know.
But I think he wanted to get back down there and look some more anyways. If he was dry and not all covered in dirt. I think this is the first time anyone's been dirtier than Rick.
Yeah, he was filthy.
Yeah, his outfit completely changed. Shades. Not even shades, just colors.
Yeah.
All the colors.
Yeah, but he was working hard, and it showed. And he wasn't trying to... He was going full force, full effort.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the bottom of that well.
He was having a grand old time.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Doing a gold dance in a well.
He didn't do no gold dance.
Okay, how come everybody has seen this gold dance but us? I
don't
feel
think
like
anybody's
everybody...
seen it. They're waiting on it. It's the anticipation. That's what Marty wants to see. He's like, I don't want you to... You're not going to do that gold dance down there where nobody can see you is basically what he's saying.
What I heard was more of a... He has seen said gold dance before. And he didn't understand how he was going to be able to do it in the well, which really concerned me. It felt like I was missing out on this gold dance.
No, you haven't missed anything yet. It's an anticipation thing. They're all waiting for the gold dance.
Okay, I don't know. We've seen bits of gold chain and gilded, as in gold buttons.
Yep.
Does not qualify. Does it have to hit a certain purity for him to dance?
I think he wants solid gold.
That's dumb.
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Why don't you go? You're friends with him on Facebook, are you not?
No, I'm not friends. I follow him on Facebook.
Oh,
I also follow him on... Yeah, so why are you putting it on me? You're the one with friends on the internet.
I'm not the one with the question, am I?
You are, because you live in the house. All of my questions are your questions as well. You know, if there's a question about the universe floating around in this house, it belongs to us. One team, one dream.
Okay, well, now that I know that.
You didn't realize that after almost 12 years of marriage?
Yeah, well, okay, so you want me to reach out to Gary Drayton because he's my friend on Facebook.
Because you're best friends.
Yeah, I've only talked to him a couple times, but you want me
That's more than me.
You want me to reach out to him and say, hey, did we miss your gold dance somewhere? And then he's going to be like, dude, or he's going to go, bloke, you're nuts. Or mate.
Mate.
You're nuts.
I feel like I need to call my friends, hey, mate. Now, you know, isn't that kind of like chipper?
Sure.
No? Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, babe. I think you got to reach out to him. I don't want to, because I know that we're all just waiting for the gold dance. We didn't miss it, so calm down.
Then I'll stop being calmed up.
Thank you.
And we can get past the well where Ricky Ticky Tambo...
No, it's Ticky Ticky.
Oh, Ticky Ticky. Yeah. Whatever. I'm just going to make up my own Ricky Tickies. I think I like Ricky Ticky better. Maybe because there's a Rick on the show.
Yeah, well, we all got a soft spot for Rick.
Rick.
So what else happened in the episode after, beyond the well incident?
Beyond the well incident? Well, we had some war room incidences. We had a Lot 1 incident. We had some Smith's Cove, some Lot 16. Yeah. I don't know. Where do we start, mate? Yeah, see? I'm good.
Well, we should maybe dive into...
No diving this episode. So you're going to have to pick something else. No diving in that boat area.
Okay, well, I want to talk about something that was at the top of the show just real quick.
At the top of the show.
Yeah, I can't quote it to you because, I'm not Marty and I don't remember off the top of my head. But it was funny when they're sitting in the war room and he was educating Gary Drayton on a Winston Churchill quote.
That was really funny, the irony.
Yeah, it's funny because that's where Gary's from. He's from England.
Thanks for spelling
It's
that
fun.
out for me.
It's pretty good.
I had no idea he was from there.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Think about it now. Do you know every quote from, like, I don't know,
All
Franklin
Americans?
No, Franklin Roosevelt.
Oh, no.
I'm thinking about like a same time period, and Roosevelt was the president of the United States when Churchill was the prime minister of England. So it was funny, but now thinking about it, maybe not so funny. Cause,
It's still funny. You cannot take away that it's not funny.
Okay, it's a little funny.
It's a lot of funny. I mean, I'm not laughing right now.
You're laughing at yourself.
I'm laughing about me not laughing.
Okay.
It's kind of funny.
After the war room, they went out into, because that's when they were like talking about, there's a strike, you know, we're not going to be
Crane
able to work.
operators.
Yeah, but
Jack's
then
concerned.
they go straight out to the Smith's Cove, and what do they see?
Billy.
There's one man that will not give up. One man that is not afraid to operate the heavy equipment.
One man that will not strike against himself. Billy.
Well, he's not a
Billy.
crane operator, so he
No.
didn't need to strike.
He's an expert, world-renowned heavy equipment operator.
Yeah, he's legit.
Too legit to quit.
That's exactly it. He is.
See what I did there?
I do.
He's also someone that doesn't believe in a coat or pants.
He believes in just getting the work done.
He says, I got my collared polo style
And
sweater.
he's got to be Marty's favorite employee there.
He's my
Or-
favorite employee there.
You know, like seriously, Marty's always like, "All right, let's get back to work."
Billy's-
If he said that to Billy, he'd be like, "Dude, I'm already here."
He's like, guys, I'm already working. Duh.
Yeah.
Hello.
See his crane pad? Oh wait, it's not there anymore. Cause look what I did with it.
Yeah,
Boom.
because I moved it. Oh, yeah. Do you need this giant log moved only an inch? No problem. I got you. Dink. Yeah, he's the man.
Yes. So it was cool to see him out there doing his thing.
Yes, holding up logs for people to saw.
Yeah, that was kind of strange.
It
Oh,
was.
I didn't see that coming.
Me either. Oh, well, I also didn't expect him to take such large samples off the ends of the logs.
Yeah, you know, I might be saying this wrong because I typed it down and I didn't have the subtitles on or anything, but I was trying to figure out what that process was called. It's called like
Something conography. No. Ricky Tikky Tambo conography.
Dead row chronology.
Dead row? Like dead?
I don't know.
Like dead rings?
Yeah,
Dead people.
And then I put
Dead.
a comma and I said, it is tree ring dating. That's way easier to say.
I love it when Robert Clotworthy kind of gives us a breakdown. He goes, blah, 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 conago, blah, blah. Or tree ring dating.
Yeah.
I was like, that one. That's the one I'm going with.
Yeah, that's way easier to say. Thank you, Robert Clotworthy.
Thank you for helping me out
He's
here.
always got our back. So
Always.
he's always there to get us the 411 on all these weird techniques that we just don't ever hear of in our everyday life.
But
Thank you,
then
Robert.
he'll remind us about it a couple more times later.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Often
Yeah, so-
enough.
So that was kind of shocking for me. You know, something in my brain told me that the U-shaped structure and the L-shaped structure were already like removed from the site and, you know, put somewhere to, they were like cataloged and removed. But you were telling me that no, that's just a slipway. We didn't do the U-shaped structure or the L-shaped structure.
Correct. You were saying, yeah, you had thought those had already been removed, but from the previous episode, what we had seen that had been tagged was just the slipway.
Yeah.
And that's been moved, and we know that they want to dig under that they must now be getting to the L and U-shaped structures. We've seen them measure them in every which way, which I guess is why it's okay for them to take such large chunks off of the trees.
Okay, that first chunk that Marty cut off was like huge. Like I was like, "Dang, Rick, dude, don't throw out your back, dude. That's gonna be a heavy piece of wood."
He's holding it as if he needs to, while Marty's taking a saw to it, and Billy's holding it with a string on the other end.
I think it was more like a chain or a cable. But,
No, it was a string because delicacy.
Well, like I can understand why Rick why Rick was holding it. You know, he doesn't want it to fall and either roll onto, hit Marty or get damaged. But still, that was like...
damaged? The
Yeah.
thing's been under the cove for how long?
Okay.
I think it falling like a foot is not going to do anything
Well,
worse than what we've seen.
I think that was part of it, but it was probably mostly to like keep Marty from being injured by it.
Okay. We know that Rick tries to direct heavy machinery because, hello, we talked about this with the money pit last week, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to come over here and direct the hammer grab with my hands.
Yeah.
This is his jam. This is what he does.
It is. And he's fearless, and his brother's fearless. Like, he has complete faith in Marty that he's not going to cut off his fingers with the chainsaw.
Is amazing. My father like cut off his own toe, his good toe, with a chainsaw. Yeah, so
not his bad toe.
No, well, one of them was an artificial limb.
Yeah.
So the other toe, I mean, you had a 50-50 shot at which one you get on accident. Couldn't have got the one that was fake, of course.
That's too bad.
Yeah, that's terribly unfortunate. So I guess
Must have hurt.
I'm sure it did. And all I kept seeing going through my head was someone getting their toe cut with a chainsaw. I'm like, back up, just let it do its thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That's a danger.
Yeah. You know who else was at that little U-shaped structure ceremony cutting
Ceremony cutting?
cutting ceremony. How about that?
Powwow.
Yeah, Laird was there.
He was.
Yeah, he's like, all right, yeah, you're good. I guess, he must have really cataloged everything and documented everything.
He did. I swear we have seen them measure those logs countless times.
I bet you can count that high. Can you count to 10?
No.
I bet it wasn't more than 10.
Okay, if I was actually counting it, it would probably be more than 10. So, yeah. And I can count more than that.
Yeah.
So take that.
Take that. One thing Marty really remarked about with those, the cutting of the U-shaped structure or whatever.
The ceremonial cutting.
Yeah, the ceremonial cutting. He was like, these are remarkably preserved.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they looked really good and clean. Well, obviously nothing's touching the inside. But there wasn't... Well, hey, what if it was infested with, like, termites or something at one point in the past?
Yes.
It looked...
Well, that's
really
what
clean.
Supposedly killed off a good chunk of the oaks there on the island was some kind of black ant infestation, is why the rest of the trees are gone there on Oak Island. They could have got there too. I learned that by reading that book today.
Boom.
Boom goes the dynamite. All that learning.
Thank you, Randall Sullivan.
Thank you, Randall. He's a very good researcher, by the way. I'm only a couple chapters in, and I totally love all of the facts I'm getting. It really hones in on my Marty.
Does it mahone in?
Mahone in.
Isn't that where they're at, Mahone Bay?
That is. And they talk about the naming of Mahone Bay. I like that.
Yeah, I'm just going to drop the mic now.
Oh, man. Did they Mahone in? That was good.
Babe, everything I do is really good.
Okay, well... Well, I don't know about that.
Except for my listening skills, and I blame that all on my ear infections. So,
give me a break. You blame that also on not actually listening, Mr. Looking Up Ricky Tikki Tambo. Okay, guys, ever since last episode, this debate's been going on all week, and there's been a lot of gifts exchanged and a lot of debating over Ricky Tikki, which is apparently not Ricky Tikki, it's just Tikki Tikki.
It is. That's fine.
Is it?
I think we're beyond it.
Obviously not, because it's being talked about a lot.
Well, I'm beyond it. Like I was ready to be done with it with the first mention at the show, top of the show.
Whatever, you keep bringing it up.
Okay, I did not bring it up this time.
Oh,
or the prior time.
You brought up your listening skills, which are now forever tied to Ricky Tikki. You know that's true.
Okay.
Because last time you weren't listening this week, you were like, sorry, I was Ricky Tikki Tamboing. What is it again?
You want me to say it all one more time?
No, please do not.
Yeah.
We're good. We're solid.
Good.
Okay,
I'm
Smith's
I'm
Cove.
done with Ricky Tikki, okay?
Yeah,
And
I'm sure so
Tiki
are our
Tiki.
poor listeners that hear the things that we debate about in our everyday life. Obviously, very important, life-changing.
Important.
I think it's a very important as well.
Yes. Important. Why don't we talk about...
Wait, was there anything else going on in Smith's Cove? Not really, huh?
Not really. Well, there was.
Oh, you're right.
There was a meeting between...
The mines.
Yeah, basically. We had Rick and Marty, Gary, Charles, and fan favorite, Billy. Talking about the new structure that Billy had uncovered that they have determined must be a shaft created by the Restalls.
Well, Marty seemed very excited about it. We all know Rick jumped into the hole straight away to
Yep.
check it out, start pulling out all the logs. Charles is pointing out to one of them being round. And
Is he trying to misdirect people, you think?
I don't know, because he's very definitively agreeing with Marty. Like, you're right, it's a shaft. I think you're right.
Yeah.
It might be a shaft.
It must be.
Or it could just be another wall and a bunch of wood.
Could it be?
Could it? Gilded, as in gold.
You really like that Clotworthy moment, didn't you?
I did, because we had already heard that Clotworthy moment earlier in the year. So I thought it was interesting that it came back around.
Yep, it's a good one.
It is.
But, yeah, so they do end up giving a bit of the Restall backstory in relation to the discovery of this potential shaft. And I wrote down that that's exactly what Marty thinks it was. And, yeah, Charles agrees. So I guess I saw the same show as you.
Well, weird. We watched the same show.
Yeah,
That's
well,
exciting.
That's the same area that the dive's coming out, right?
Yes.
And then Rick was like, we need to build a big trench or dig a big trench right here.
Yeah, and he dives in and just like,
Start scraping.
I'm doing it all myself. Ah.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
doing big arm motions right now.
You're very animated.
Yes, I'm being a Rick. No, yeah, I'm being a Rick, even though I'm a Marty, but I'm in the dirt. Everybody else is just staring at him, letting him do his dirt thing.
Well, they're supervising.
They're supervising. I know, I kind of got the feeling everybody's like, man, it's so cold, and I'm so tired. It's been such a long season, but we got to do all this stuff still.
Yeah, on the next time for like the next episode, we're not quite there yet, but I know that they're working in that same area and they have Terry Matheson, the geologist, out there with them. So he's going to be able to bring his expertise in to like the layers of, whatever they're seeing, and maybe he can help them pinpoint a more accurate date, just to make sure that thinking about it, I was going to say about if it's Restall or not, but the type of wood used probably is what's telling them that it was way more recent than really old, right?
Yeah.
But we'll be able to, I don't know. I like it when Terry shows up because
I was trying to figure out where you were going here, because
I don't know. My ears are talking, okay?
Well, that's weird. You're like, Terry shows up and
he
he starts talking about dirt. Yes, that is what Terry does.
Yeah,
he
it
can
is.
tell us all about the different types of dirt.
Duh.
Woo!
Anyway, the thing between both of my ears is a
Your
little
brain?
foggy right now, okay? Yes, that thing. I had a good point, and then I lost it, okay?
It feels like there should be like some kind of sound effect here, like, whoom, like something going down the drain, or like, you're like, next time Terry shows up and starts talking about dirt and rocks. Well, that is fantastic.
gosh, yeah.
I'm really not sure where we're going here,
Hey,
but
you know what?
I'm with you.
I'm a big Terry fan, so just leave me alone.
I know. Isn't he Laird's twin?
No, he's not.
Everybody seems to think so. You know, Laird's been kind of MIA for a little bit. Is he only allowed in Smith's Cove? No. It feels like it.
I've definitely seen him in the war room. I've seen him in the research center, and I've seen him in the what's the area that they call that they have like the 90-foot stone and the interpretive center?
Oh dear. Yeah, that area between your ears really is a bit foggy. That's kind of a big one on the island
man.
there.
I hope I'm able to read the reviews and stuff later.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think you're just gonna make things up.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, let's see what else we can get to since Smith's Cove. We're done. We're going to put that away, wrap it up, put a bow on it, and moving on.
My big headline for Smith's Cove this episode.
Big head?
My big headline was for this episode of... I was going to say this episode of Smith's Cove. Okay, I need to slow down. I'm okay. All right.
This week in Billy's Cove.
Actually, what I wrote in like all caps is Billy never quits.
Billy never quits. It's funny because the whole island is kind of quiet, and then all of a sudden you get this aerial view, and there's this heavy equipment going across Smith's Cove like super fast, and you're like, well, there goes Billy.
He's flooring it.
Yeah, he's got stuff to do, and nobody's stopping him.
Don't stop believing.
Yeah, power to Billy.
Yeah.
Hashtag Team Billy.
Yep, and so we do have to talk a little bit about Jack and Gary doing some metal detecting over on Lot 1.
Yep.
And they find two potentially important finds. And they move a tree.
Yes.
that's
kind of unnecessarily.
They might not have been able to find that gilded and gold thing.
We all know it was product placement, okay?
Why?
He's like, hey, why don't you go ahead and wench up that tree? And he runs over there to, their new, like, off-roading vehicle, the Honda.
Is it a Honda?
Oh, it's definitely a Honda.
Is that what they want you to see?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Maybe we didn't watch the same show.
I did not pay attention to that at all.
Because he grabs the thing, and it like zooms out so you can just see what the brand is right there. It's like, look, it has this awesome thing, and it can pull up trees. It's a Honda.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Seriously. And then he attaches it. I have to admit, maybe he didn't necessarily need to do that, but I kind of want one now.
I thought you hated Hondas.
Oh, I do. Especially as cars.
Yeah, well, there's nothing against the people that make Hondas or anything. It's just that Deidre has been hit by quite a few Hondas on the road. 4
Honda Accords.
And then it wasn't her fault. Trust me.
Yeah, it actually was not my fault.
T-boned once, rear-ended once. What else?
The other one was the door and then run off the highway.
Yeah, you almost went off of a bridge that's like 300 feet off the ground.
Yeah, so I have this theory that if I sit in a Honda Accord, it's just gonna crush in around me and kill me.
Probably not.
No, it might, because I feel like they've been trying to kill me for the last, 30 some odd years.
Uh-oh. Dating yourself.
I will forever be in my 30s.
Forever?
That's it. Yeah, I'm not getting any older.
Okay.
I'm going to go find me the fountain of youth. I'm not willing to get any older.
I know where that is.
That's good.
What did they find?
Some pottery.
Pottery?
Yeah,
Okay.
It must be really old because it has blue glaze on it.
And it's really valuable, apparently. It could be real treasure, Jack says.
It could be, but you know what?
What?
I saw a bunch of it at Goodwill this, last couple days.
Well, we saw it at that consignment store we went to.
We did.
Oh, what else did we see at the consignment store? Do you remember? Uniform?
Oh, yes. Did you not? Oh, you didn't post that picture.
I didn't, but I will. I will tomorrow.
Okay. Guess what we saw at the consignment store? Guys, I'm not kidding you. We saw a Knights Templar uniform.
Boom.
Like the actual, and then the hat. It wasn't quite what I had pictured, but it was labeled quite nicely.
Yeah,
it wasn't
nice...
like a white poncho with a big
red
cross on it.
Nope.
It looked like a military uniform. I was
Yes.
like, Dustin, you must take pictures of this ASAP. We
also wanted to buy it.
It took a lot of control not to buy a Knights Templar uniform.
Yeah, well, it was hundreds of dollars, so.
Yeah, well, it could have been thousands.
It could have been. Anyway, it wasn't that old. It's not like from...
I don't care. Why would I care? I'd wear that thing everywhere.
Would you?
I'm like, we're going out to pizza. Let me grab my Knights Templar costume.
It had a really legit hat.
I feel like I would have to go give blood at the American Red Cross in that uniform.
Why?
Because, the Red Cross.
It wasn't red, though.
But it didn't have a Red Cross. But in my heart and on the belt buckle, I would have the thing.
Well, it had like a black cross on the belt buckle.
Yeah. So, and it actually looked like a Nolan cross type of cross. It wasn't the traditional.
Could it be?
Yeah, could it be thing.
Yeah, we'll post pictures of it. It was pretty sweet.
It was sweet.
You should have taken the hat off and put it on your head and let me take a picture of that.
Well, I probably would have got jumped or something if I would have actually touched it. I was so excited. It was also right next to a map we did pay, a Forest Fen map. That was $5. Not.
Okay, it wasn't a Forest Fen map. It was a map of...
For the right period of time for
Yes.
where I think the treasure could potentially be.
Yes, okay.
But a Knights Templar uniform, guys, in the flesh. Except no
How
flesh.
about,
There was no flesh.
in the fabric?
In the fabric, in the textiles,
Oh,
which is
man.
super exciting because I'm obsessed with fashion history. And yeah, so, man, it was so cool. We should go visit it tomorrow if it's still there.
Go visit the uniform, huh?
Yeah, we'll just go say hi to it once in a while.
Sneak the picture of the hat on your head.
So cool.
I bet you it would fit you.
Why? Because all Knights Templar are 5 feet with
No,
small
I mean,
heads.
I
And
bet.
itty bitty little space. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? You married me.
Yeah, well, that was the best decision of my life.
Don't you forget it.
Yeah.
It's now forever in audio.
Okay. Let's just continue with the episode real quick.
Let it go.
To be honest, we need to start wrapping it up.
To be honest,
My head is. I'm sorry, everybody. Yes. Okay. Anyway, we still have quite a bit to talk about.
Yeah,
so
we
let's
do.
talk.
So let's talk.
Okay. The pottery was potentially from 1700s.
Potentially.
Because there's no chance that blue glazed pottery was made in the 1800s, 1900s, or the 2000s. It couldn't have been done.
I'm sorry, I dropped my teacup on the island. I was out there just kind of doing my thing, and I'm sorry it broke at tea time.
But you need to take it into account who said this. It was Mr. Gary Drayton. He knows things.
He does know things. He's
probably right.
An all-powerful, knowing being. Maybe he's the Templar. Dun dun dun! Plot twist.
So does he have amazing cosmic powers? Itty bitty little space.
No, that's just the Templars. Remember, because of the small uniform.
I know, but you're saying he has these powers and stuff.
Yeah.
And so something came to your mind, something came to my mind. All right.
Maybe he could grant me 3 wishes.
Gary Drayton, the genie. Okay. Let's move on.
They
also found a button.
Mm-hmm.
How did you say it?
Button.
Yes, and it is quite
Gilded.
old. Yes, it is gilded. Potentially, he that's what he thought.
Mm-hmm.
And it did look a lot like the other button that they had pulled out of what was it, Gal 1 borehole. Yeah, looks good. Potentially same brand and everything. It looked quite similar. So good on them.
Good on them finding a button and some pottery, and then the tide starts coming in.
They're like, peace out,
raining.
guys.
I feel bad. I mean, they have got to be exhausted at this point.
Nah, they live for this stuff.
I don't know. I feel like everybody's gotten older here at the end of the episode, and they're just tired. They're not jumping in the dirt with Rick anymore.
Well, Rick's still jumping in the dirt.
Well, Rick's...
And he's got over Lyme disease from last season, remember?
Yeah, he's found the Fountain of Youth somewhere, and he's not sharing. Maybe Gary's going to start to, turn back, into a child, because he was in a well with a natural spring. Mm-hmm. Maybe he found the true Fountain of Youth.
The Northern Fountain of Youth?
Yes.
Maybe.
In Nova Scotia or New Scotland.
Yeah, let's talk about New Scotland.
Yes.
Okay, so author and historian
McQuiston.
Okay, hold on. James McQuiston showed up in the war room, and he had quite the story to tell.
He did. I thought it was interesting that he wasn't there to tell them where to dig, but really more so the type of stories and history that he's gathered and what potentially could be the treasure there at the island. It was kind of a different take on things.
It was a different take, but it also sounded a little bit familiar as well because, but you know, not his take, but like other people's takes have been somewhat similar.
Which would make sense. There's bits and pieces. What I thought was interesting about this idea that we've heard before of potentially many deposits over a period of time coming to Oak Island, and the idea of a bank, a olden day bank, where people were depositing different things, funds, or valuables, if you will.
Yeah.
That were there at the island. And he's got a list of what could potentially be there.
Yeah, but we've skipped a whole big important part. Probably the most important part is who would have buried it there. The theory is based around the Knights Baronet that had been given the title and the knighthood in order to come over to the New World and establish a new Scotland, because there was already a New France, a New England, et cetera, right?
Correct.
And so those are the people that had come and established little towns around in Nova Scotia. And it's these people that are, in James's theory, that had the time and the means to bury something, do the work that was needed to bury something in an area like, what the money pit was constructed to do.
And a reason to.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially as a repository, or, they've got to store or hide what it is that they're not wanting to take back over to the old world, right?
Yeah.
Which actually makes sense. Whoever did whatever there had to have a reason behind it.
Yes.
Well, I guess they don't have to, but why would you go through all the effort if you didn't truly have a purpose?
Well, any other theory would be a good enough purpose too. Like, there's just the theories of the Shakespeare manuscripts to save those, from being, potentially lost or destroyed, or whatever was going on in Europe at the time, to hide them in a safe spot. I know you don't like Shakespeare and you don't think it's worth saving, but somebody might have.
Well, if it has anything to do with Francis Bacon and they don't want it found out that Bacon wrote them instead of, I feel like it would be wiser to burn them than to bury them. Is it
Well, not
just
if
me?
you want to save them.
It's true. I thought it was interesting how he mentions the piece of paper that was pulled up.
Yeah, well, that's because he was listing off the potential treasure, because he had found these 5 documents with the treasure listed on them, right?
Yes.
And how some of this treasure, or maybe even all of it, could have been transported to the New World and ultimately ended up on Oak Island.
Yes, and I had a really what I found most interesting was, yes, this piece of paper came up and it kind of boggled my mind that writing could still be on it, but something that I didn't think of, and I don't know why I didn't think about things such as deeds being put into these waxed canvas bags for preservation, and that actually would explain why it would have lasted so long. That being said, if they've drilled into there, they've already broken these bags, these
Not
seals.
necessarily. Who knows how many there was?
It's true, but
what if they were small and they just got one and maybe another, and that's because they had been pulling up potential, like leather and pieces of parchment last year, but those looked a lot more waterlogged and destroyed than the piece of paper that said VI on it.
Exactly.
So I hear where you're coming from, but maybe there was a lot of different.
Yeah, I was just thinking more or less, yikes, if we're pulling all this stuff out, you can't really read it now. Why would you ever put something you were trying to hide or save buried underground unless you knew you could waterproof it and protect it if it was that important? Yeah. And it just never occurred to me of putting them that in that time there were ways to preserve and take care of these artifacts. Of course there was. I don't know why I never put that together. Wax canvas bags. Duh.
Because you live in the here and now.
I do, which is...
That's okay.
Here and now.
Yeah, well, see, this is what this show is for. It teaches you new things. Yeah, well, it teaches you things about the past. It's not just... It
reminds us.
It's not only a treasure hunt. There's so much more going on here. It's
maybe some history.
Lots of history. And that's part of the beauty of the TV show. The TV show doesn't need to be a TV show. You know, like what they're doing doesn't need to be a TV show. They could just be doing this on their own dime, and they'd be fine doing it because that's what the plan was to begin with anyway. Mm-hmm. And nobody would have barely heard about what was going on there. It's crazy that people, now I'm just going to go on a little bit of a rant about...
a tangent.
About, yeah, sorry, but, you know, a lot of people complain, nothing happened this week. You know, why they even put out an episode like this? Well, they don't have to put out any episodes at all. They could just be doing this all by themselves behind the gate that locks Oak Island from the rest of the world.
Very true.
And
probably be easier, probably go faster.
It probably would go faster, but they're giving this to us. In treasure hunting, you do not find something every single day.
That's why it's hunting.
It's hunting. It's not treasure finding.
Exactly.
Treasure finding would come at the very end of all the treasure hunting that comes before it. It's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. So I understand when people are like, I wish they would find something. Well, I wish they would find something too, but it's not realistic to think that way.
No, you can't. It's just...
You got to cut the guys some slack. If there's nothing happening in an episode, do you want them just to not show anything at all? Do you want the whole season to be one less episode, 2 less episodes? If you think everything that they found could be fit in 4 or 5 episodes, you just want to get rid of the other 15? I don't. I enjoy all of it. It's a lot of fun. You learn a lot that isn't just the treasure hunt, like we were just saying. So
yeah, I'm happy to go along the journey with them.
Me too.
There's just like Forrest Fenn's thrill of the chase. It's the thrill of the chase. It's the thrill of the hunt.
It's everything that leads up to it. We're all anticipating this big treasure find, and it takes a lot of work to get to the end point. A lot of work. Mm-hmm. We don't even know how much work's been done. There's probably very few people. Dan Blankenship was probably one of them that knew how much really, really went into getting this work done. Mm-hmm. Rick and Marty are feeling it now.
Oh yeah,
and their whole crew, and it's
Dan
so big.
Henske, man.
Yeah. He's been doing it forever. Charles knows all about it forever. These guys have, you know, if it was easy, it would be done by now. It's not easy. We're not even saying that there's ultimately going to find anything down there, but It's just unrealistic to expect big, amazing finds every week. It's a TV show that happens to be a treasure hunt on top of it. And it's exciting when they find something, but even if they don't, it's still exciting to learn about everything that they, you know, all the smaller finds that they do find. And it's also exciting to just learn about history of a place that most of us have never been or even thought about before the TV show happened. Come on. How many times, like, babe, this is a question for you. How many times did you even think about Nova Scotia before the TV show?
Never. I mean, maybe once or twice.
I'm sure you read the word.
I did.
The words, but
yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I never knew there was an island shaped like a baby elephant out there, though.
Yeah, so it's unrealistic is all I'm trying to say, and just enjoy the show for what it is. That's how I approach it. I'm just excited that they get to go out and have a treasure hunt. We've been out looking for treasures so many times, and most of the time you come away empty-handed, but it's still a fun experience. So
okay,
I'm gonna be done with my.
I'd say you're stepping off your soapbox.
Yeah.
There.
Uh-huh.
What else do we got?
Well, I do want to just touch on the the Knights Baronet, like if they did come over and hide their stuff, and that list that James was kind of saying what could be buried.
Potential inventory, if you will.
He said $500 million worth, potentially, like treasure.
And everybody's eyes bugged out of their heads.
Did you hear what Dan said? Or, sorry, did you hear what Dave said?
That's what I'm talking about, or something along those lines.
He said, now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
$500 million worth, $500 million. That's a big number.
B, as in billions.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Billions.
And do you know how many zeros? That's 11 zeros after a 5.
Oh, man. That's about tied with how much money they've spent so far.
I don't think so. Not even close.
I mean, total.
Nah, I don't think so. But that's a lot of money. So,
and part of it's in buttons. That $500 million, and part of that inventory is buttons, which is great because they've already found some of the buttons.
Well, they should give those straight away to Dave Blankenship and be like, here's your gold. Have fun with it.
36 dozen gold buttons.
Is that what? Yeah, that's what they said.
36. Why do we have an inventory of 36 dozen gold buttons?
You know, it's funny. When they mentioned that, like that wouldn't have been a thing that they even put on the show if they hadn't found buttons. They would have had the list like.
I don't know. It's kind of funny.
They would have had the more exciting part of the list mentioned, because I'm sure there's a lot more exciting than what that guy talked about. But it's just because they had found gold buttons on the island before.
Buttons come and buttons go.
Okay, Pete the cat.
Sorry, guys.
It's one of our daughter's favorite books.
7-year-old one of her favorite book is Pete the Cat and his 3 groovy buttons.
My buttons, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Yeah.
Pop. Oh no! So here's what happened. Pete the Cat lost all of his buttons on the island.
I thought that was Rick. You ever see that meme?
Yes.
With Rick, like his shirt's half open,
yes.
and he's telling Marty's like, "Hey, you remember those buttons we found?" And Marty's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, I think those were mine."
Those were mine.
Yeah.
I only use gold-plated buttons.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Okay, but thinking about this inventory, really, I guess I don't understand. Were gold-plated buttons really valuable? Were buttons that valuable? I mean,
they were part of a military uniform, right? So
yeah, I guess. And he did mention only officers or something would have gold-plated buttons, right?
Yeah, maybe. I couldn't tell you.
Maybe we should look into you didn't do any button research before you got here?
Sorry.
Man.
No, but something I did also note was that he initially said that the Knights Baronet were about 25% of them were connected to the Knights Templar. But then he went to say something about they were all actually connected to the Knights Templar. And Knights Templar are kind of a
big deal.
Well, yeah, that, you know, if they're connected to the Knights Templar and maybe they had safe kept some of the Templar treasure and they were the ones that buried it, you know, we still might get the Ark of the Covenant or the Holy Grail or whatever.
I don't know. My gut says that those precious items are long gone.
Really?
Stole. Yeah, I think they were looted, and I think they were broken up and melted down.
The Ark of the Covenant?
I'm thinking anything that was made of gold. I mean, how do you think they got rid of?
That's probably what happened to all the Egyptian stuff. But...
Exactly. And I think that's probably what happened to a lot of these precious objects. For all we know...
Don't put that out into the world. I don't like that.
I'm sorry if you don't like it, but my gut says... Hey, maybe all the Bobby Dazzlers are actually made of gold from said items.
I hope not.
I hope not.
I'm still counting on them finding the Ark of the Covenant and X, Y, and Z down there.
And X, Y, and Z. So Solomon's menorah. I don't know why I couldn't
all of that
remember
stuff. Yes,
that name.
That's what I hope for still.
Wow. I don't know. I know that we have found buttons.
Yeah.
I know that we have found jewelry, like was mentioned on the list.
Yep. And yeah, so I mean, they could be finding some of that stuff. Who knows? And then the last thing I want to touch on about James McQuiston is he was saying that he's pretty sure, or I think he was really confident that the Knights Baronet had set up where New Ross is.
Correct.
And then it went into like a kind of a flashback of seeing that Knights Templar cross engraved on that boulder in New Ross. And that's the same place they went down in the well.
Yes.
You know? And so that, I don't know. It's funny when they show that rock because you're just like, I don't really see much. And then they fill it in with a giant red X.
With a giant red X.
And it's like, oh.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. But without that, maybe.
I saw like the triangle in the well.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
That's pretty clear, which I've been watching The Lost Gold World War II afterwards. And there's a lot about these different inscriptions that are codes that are on rocks. And I was like, hey, that kind of looks like one of those rock code things. Just saying. A lot of connections.
So you think those people buried the gold on Oak Island?
No, there is no connection.
Good.
I'm just saying they also have
All
rock
right,
carvings.
That's one theory we can put to rest.
Well, look at that. Well, I don't know.
It wasn't even a theory 30 seconds ago.
It wasn't, but now it's there, and then we took it away. So look at us just debunking.
Yep, so that was a fun little chat they had with James, though, and they invited him back to the war room to talk about it more later. And Charles seemed very impressed.
Oh, yes. He seemed really excited.
Yeah, so his eyes really lit up when he started talking about Templar connection.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep, so cool. And then now you want to talk about probably next time on?
Next time on The Curse of Oak Island.
What do we got?
Well, a new star map.
Ooh.
We have a new star map, which lands on the southeast corner of the swamp.
Is there a big giant boulder on that southeast corner?
I don't think so, but...
Then it can't be a star map, sorry.
But he says that's where the actual money pit is, or it's a back door.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's cool. We'll see how that works out. But
this should be your episode.
Well, this is going to be a great episode, I think, because they finally are getting to the third of the big three. After more than 20 episodes of not even really mentioning the swamp whatsoever, we're finally at the third big three.
Yeah.
The swamp.
You see, in my note here says blowing up the swamp. So what I want to know
That's Eagle Canada.
Yeah. Did Eagle Canada do this with the money pit the same time? Did they do this with the swamp and the money pit at the same time, and they're just now sharing this information with us?
It could be, but
yeah.
I don't think
it could be.
I don't.
And I'm very upset about it.
I don't think that's the case.
Oh, I feel like it's the case.
If you remember, which episode was it?
I don't know. One of the ones that came before this one?
No, one of the Maddie Blake specials where they did the pirates.
Mm-hmm.
They were showing Eagle Canada out there doing seismic testing on the swamp.
Yeah, and we just saw them blowing up the swamp in this coming...
Yeah. That doesn't necessarily mean that it was at the same time as the beginning of the season. That Maddie Blake special was just a few weeks ago. But that doesn't mean anything either.
Okay, they were so disappointed with the results that they got out of the money pit that you think they called them back to do seismic in the swamp?
Maybe.
No, they would have done that all at the same time. Or else the money bin or whatever would have not happened.
It's a mega bin. Get your terms right.
No, it's a mega swamp now, right? Or whatever.
Is a mega letdown?
Yeah. That was pretty good, though. I like the way you transitioned there and the mega letdown and nice blending. I like that.
Boom.
Boom. Shakalaka.
So what else happened?
What
else are they going to do?
I don't know. I'm excited about the swamp. We hear maybe the swamp is the key.
Yeah, and then like Gary finds a coin, right, in the preview.
Nuh-uh.
But I wasn't sure if that was from the swamp or from somewhere else.
I think it may have been from a different lot. Okay. It's hard to say, honestly.
Yeah. Well, we'll see on the episode.
And they mention about the wood and the dating, and from a 550-year-old tree potentially.
It's pretty old.
I was trying to figure out if they were talking about wood from the slipway or from what they had most recently cut, though.
Well, 550 years ago was the late 1400s. A long time ago.
Just a couple years ago. I mean, I remember back then.
That was a long time ago, babe.
Yeah, that was a really long time ago.
You know, that's like the same time as Christopher Columbus. That was 1492. So 550 years ago is a little bit older than that. That's significant.
It was a long time ago. We can agree on that.
Well, not in a galaxy far, far away.
No, because we didn't say it was in a galaxy far away.
That's on my mind. Did you see you saw the new Star Wars trailer? I made you watch it last night.
Yes.
What'd you think?
Or was that today? I don't know. My days are blending together.
It was last night. What do you think?
I think it looks like another Star Wars movie.
Okay. What'd you think about the laugh at the end?
It was weird.
Okay.
What'd I say?
I know.
I thought it sounded like The Shadow.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, no. I was like, no, that's what The Shadow sounds like at the end. It was definitely The Shadow joining the Force. So the Shadow.
Is he a good guy or bad guy?
Oh, he's definitely a bad guy.
Oh, well.
Because I'm a bad guy and I'm the Shadow.
Well, I'm a good guy.
Well, that's weird.
So you should start saying, I'm Darth Ted. And I'll say, well, I'm Luke Bill, and you're not my father. No.
Not Darth Ted.
Yeah, it's from Bill and Ted.
Yeah, I figured that
really
if
good.
you were something Bill.
Luke Bill.
Luke Bill.
Yeah.
That sounds like a duck of sorts.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Luke Bill. Quack, 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 quack. Weird.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that was a tangent. My bad.
It's just, you are really obsessed with Bill and Ted as of late.
I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Third movie's coming next year.
Wow.
Excellent.
That's unique. I don't think they're coming to the island, though.
If there's any other Bill and Ted fans out there, send me a message on Twitter or something.
The only Bill I care about is in Smith's Cove.
Is he a wild stallion?
No, he drives a caterpillar.
Yes, he does drive a caterpillar.
He's a butterfly. He started as a caterpillar and he morphed into a butterfly.
Billy is just the best.
Oh, he is the wind beneath my wings.
Anyway, so yeah, that's basically the episode and the next time on.
Oh, okay. So let's start getting here with the wind down because we have been talking for way too long for an episode that's supposed to be short.
Yeah, that's what happens, I guess.
Oh,
We had too much to say.
Well, always. We always have too much to say. So let's talk about our clout-worthy moment from last week.
Yeah.
Do we have a winner? Did you tally the votes?
I did. And do you want to know which one?
Well, of course. No, we should just leave them hanging and not tell them this week and just give them a new one. We are no longer going to review the results. We're just going to make you vote from now on, and you have to go do your own math.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, you're driving me crazy right now.
You're driving me crazy. You're the one with fuzzy things between your head. Wait,
what?
Between your ears.
I just said that something's wrong with the thing between my ears. Did I say fuzzy? I don't remember.
See, exactly.
It is fuzzy now.
If it's fuzzy, is it moldy? Is it growing things?
No. You're weird. Stop.
Yeah, you need to go to the urgent care tomorrow.
Something like that. All right. Here's the winner of the clout-worthy moment for last week, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A 5-foot wooden beam found at a depth of 113 feet.
Can you imagine getting that down at that depth? Just the labor.
Just the labor.
That's still a good one. And what were our percentages on that?
That was really good. So actually on Twitter it's 50-50. Believe it or not. Yeah. Pretty crazy, but
so the Facebook was the tipper.
It was. Facebook was
like if you were cow tipping?
Moo. 58% on Facebook.
Go Facebook.
Yeah, well, thanks for everybody that voted. And
yes, thank you.
That was good. I think that one was probably the right one to win that week, but they were both really good.
They were pretty fantastic.
Do you have any? Are they any good this week?
All clout-worthy moments are good, whether you think so or not.
Some are too short.
Well, you're too short. So take
I'm
that.
6 feet tall.
So?
You're short. short stuff.
Okay, here's the first one.
Okay.
Pottery from the 1700s, and similar to the pieces that the team has also found deep underground in the money pit.
That was really good.
Was it?
I liked it a lot.
Did you really?
Yes. Or else I wouldn't have said that.
Well, see, I don't know. Sometimes you say the things and you're hiding your true feelings.
No, that was a good one.
Okay, so he's talking about the pottery that Gary found.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was fun.
All about the pottery, yo.
All about it.
What?
So,
Okay.
Can we hear number 2?
And here comes the second one.
A non-ferrous signal indicating the presence of a precious metal, such as silver or even gold.
Or even gold.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
A non-ferrous signal that could be found by using a magnet, so you don't have to go in the well.
And get all nasty, dirty, and wet.
If you can't tell, Dustin might be a little bit of a germaphobe.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
I'm gonna have to get over that though.
You will.
So cool, good clot-worthy moments, babe.
Always a pleasure here to bring you the best at the clot-worthy moments.
Yeah, so you can just go to.
Can you do it? Where do they go?
I was gonna say go to YouTube, but I don't think you can vote on YouTube. Why don't you take it from here? My head's going crazy.
Okie dokie. So you could go to Facebook and you can find us at Oak Island Podcast, or you can go vote on Twitter at Oak Island Pod. If you just want to hang out with us and see some pretty pictures and have a conversation, we're also over on Instagram at Oak Island Podcast. You can also contact us via email. You can't vote that way, though, so don't try to vote through email. That's oakislandpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. It is funny that you roll right into, like, all of that stuff right off of the end of the clot-worthy moment. It doesn't seem like... That seems like something you should say right at the end of, like, right before we say goodbye.
Well, we're getting ready to say goodbye. We're wrapping up. Your head's all kinds of funny.
It is.
And you know what? When you ask me to start going off with
You
what
just
the
can't
social
stop.
media is, you can't stop me.
She doesn't know how to stop you guys.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't.
Yeah, so we do
Wicka.
Okay. We need to do some reviews real quick.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that we do those.
Yes, we have some really great reviews from iTunes. And if anybody else wants to write a review for us, please do so. We are coming down to the nitty-gritty. Like, we only have a few left to read.
What?
Yeah, well, we've been reading like 3 a week, so...
I know. I told you to slow your roll, though.
I should have, but I'm going to read 3 more this week.
So is this another incident where you should have listened to me?
Yeah, probably. But no, this... Hey...
Means he's not going to change.
People enjoy us. They like to write us reviews.
Not everybody does.
If everybody that hasn't written a review for us yet and you would like to hear it read on air, just go ahead and write us a review on either YouTube.
Yeah, write us a review on YouTube.
iTunes or over on Facebook. If you want to write some nice comments in the YouTube videos, you can do that too. And we'll be, if they're good ones, I'm going to pick those out and read them. So anyway, all 3 of these come from iTunes. The first one, this is why we have 3 this week, because the first one is just, it just says, yes, 5-star, love it. And that's it. And that's
baller. Yeah. I like that. Straight into the point.
Straight to the point. That's from
you.
Veggie Volvo.
Veggie Volvo.
So thanks,
I can
Veggie
dig
Volvo.
that. Nice.
Yeah, yes, love it. Like I could say this review like, I don't know, 20 times in a minute. Yes, love it. Yes, love it. Probably more than that.
Okay, calm down.
It's a good one. So thank you.
It is a good one. Thank you very much.
Yes. So the second one is from Tommy Girl 2211. Or maybe that's Tommy Girl 2211. What do you think?
What were my choices? 2211 or 2211?
Yeah.
How about 2211?
Yeah. Okay. So this is from Tommy Girl 2211.
Okay.
All right. And she's from Canada. Veggie Volvo was from United States, by the way. So Tommy Girl says, striking distance. And, that's the name of the last episode. Mm-hmm. 5 stars. Another great episode from Mr. and Mrs. White. You both keep it light, but informative too. I personally love it when you get off topic, but today Mrs. D was a bit bossy.
I've read this one.
Yeah, please keep up the humor, and I can't wait to hear your next podcast.
I was like, "Meh." I listened back. I was a little bossy. I'll give you that. But he was a little crazy. You don't hear it all, okay?
You don't. We actually... she's way bossier than you think.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding.
Wow. Did you hear that? I should
not
definitely get
bossy.
some kind of bonus credit for him throwing me under the bus. That was rude.
No, how it is we joke around a lot. I don't know if you got that from us people.
No, I bet you they think we make no jokes ever at this household.
This is what life is like with us all the time.
All
to
the
be
time.
honest.
I am so sorry.
And I don't take it as bossy, but
I
could be, I guess. Like, it's just my life. That's
wow. I
so
don't
it's just
take it as bossy.
it's just all normal at this point.
It's just my life. Oh, oh, bother.
No,
You
I have
know
a great
what?
life. Leave me alone.
Totally have a great life. Leave me alone. So if I'm creating
Except
this,
for my ears.
helping you with this great life, and I
Yes.
leave you alone,
Don't do it. I'll have to sing. I'll have to sing that New Kids on the Block song that I always sing to you every time you try to leave the house.
Oh man,
Please don't go, girl.
He really
Remember that?
does this every time.
Not every time, but
It might as well be.
yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of the song, but he doesn't care.
I don't care.
He thinks
I grew up with
important
I grew
to
up
the
with,
soundtrack of our life.
I grew up with 3 sisters in the house. I listened to a lot of boy bands growing up. Okay, leave me alone.
Also, the Spice Girls.
And the Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? New Kids on the Block were big in my house back in the day. Okay, leave me alone. Anyway, thanks, Tommy Girl. That was a great review.
Yeah, way to be on my side, Tommy girl.
It was awesome. Okay, and then we have the last one. This is from Down Under.
Ooh.
You know what that means?
That means from Australia worldwide.
We are worldwide. Okay,
We're
so
kind of a big deal, I guess. Jeez.
this is from
Unless this is a bad review.
Marishi Kirari,
Okay.
and it says, "Love it, 5 stars." And then I have to change my voice a little bit. Okay, ready? Hold on. Okay. Could it be a podcast about the great show with 2 great hosts and wonderful banter? ...
Wow.
It could be. I think it could be.
I think it could be.
I think it is. I hope it is.
Oh, they
Now
like
you have
our
me
banter.
Now you have me doubting myself. Hey, I enjoy our banter, or else I would stop.
The banter was really lacking this episode.
Yeah, well,
Because you're
my head's
all
messed
like,
up. I'm sorry.
My head's messed up, so I have to be nice to him, and I can't boss him around. And
Ha, I win.
so, is this
Hey,
all
but-
an act?
No. What are you talking about?
Are you
This-
faking your ear infections? Is
No.
that what's been going on the past 12 years?
I wish I was faking them. They're not very fun.
No, they're not. At least I don't have to take you to the emergency room
Yeah. well,
tonight.
one's worse than the other, and that one doesn't have a headphone on it, so
Well,
we're good.
just don't
Hey,
get worse.
anyway, this is about the review right now,
Oh,
and
I'm
this
sorry.
review was awesome.
It is awesome, and
So-
thank you. I'm so excited that it just blows my mind when I see people listen to us and like us from somewhere so far away from us.
Well, they're basically on the other side of the world, down under. You
Yeah,
know what
I
mean?
really want to go there.
We want to say a big thank you to Marishi Kari because you are awesome, and we really appreciate you being a listener from the other side of the world.
Yes, we appreciate all of our listeners, but man, we have the best listeners. Can I
We
just
do.
say that? You guys are amazing. and
Killer.
We're so thankful to have you here.
Yeah, well, we're lucky that we have an awesome, fun show to talk about, and
Oh yeah, we're in big trouble if they find anything on Oak Island and it ends.
nah,
We won't have anything else to talk about.
well, maybe not on this show, but we'll come up with something else that people can maybe follow us to if they choose to.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, well, thanks for those reviews, you guys. If anybody else wants to leave us a review, please do so, and we will gladly read it on the air. And like I said, we kind of need some more, so
So who's up?
yeah, hook us up, and that's on iTunes or on Facebook.
On the Facebook, on the iTunes.
Yep, so I think that's kind of everything. Do you have
I think
anything
it-
else?
No, I think it should be everything. We have taken up a lot of their time if they have made it all the way to the end here.
Well, Right on. I'm happy. I had a considering my condition. I had a good time chatting with you tonight. So thanks, babe.
You as well.
And I'm happy that everybody else got to listen to it. And I'm feeling a little delirious.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. So let's go ahead and sign off.
Thanks. Yeah, that'd be great.
So until next time.
Could it be?
Do you?
Yeah, it's a coin.
Don't tell me you're gonna do your gold dance down in the well.
It's at $1 Canadian dollar. I can't believe it.
Bugger.
Oh my God.
Bugger all.